What's up, everybody? This is Kieran and Reese, so I under the Obsessed Compulsive Game of the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm live with more Resident Evil Remake. Okay, yeah.
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Calm down, I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me.
Now you have a chance to either give Barry come back and save his life, or we let him die. And you should save his life. Because you find out he betrayed you because he had to. He's not a bad dude.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun. Thanks, Jill.
Plus it makes this section of the game a lot easier.
I don't believe that thing's really dead. Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Okay.
Woohoo, we're going to the laboratory. Yeah, this is when you need the medals. Fuck, I forgot about that. Oh, well, not a biggie. I can go back and get them. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. At least they put a save room not that far back, because I think they knew people were going to run into that problem. Woo! Now we're into the final section of the game, baby. The lab. What's up? Ba-blam! Get fucked! Second modisc. Oh, snap! You like the way that tastes, bitch? Boil it all up in your griddle? Okay, I have 2 heals already. I don't need that, and I need room for more items. I'll leave that right there for right now. That one right there. Wait, hold on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay, we're good to go. Let's set it alphabetically. Oh, he's done. Noise! Oh, sweet magnum ammo. Fuck yeah. John. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. So, okay. There we go. Shit, now, well, it doesn't matter. Here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot about this shit. Yeah, there we go. All the way up. Nothing can stop Jill. Burn out. Actually, hang on one second. Let me go back to the item room. Cerberus, Neptune, Hunter, Tyrant. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, you actually took a shower that didn't take 8 hours. I'm proud of you, Alex. Ah. 8462. Okay. See, dude, the longest I ever had my hair, when I still had hair, was like down to my shoulders. I couldn't keep it any longer than that. You have more patience than me. That's not even disparaging you. I just couldn't deal with that uptake. Like, I would get tired washing my hair when it was down to my shoulders. Huh. Here we go. The final mode disc. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cut it shorter, you can do buzz cut. I do think every now and then you just need a reset, you know what I mean? Just start fresh. Plus, give me a godsend when it's fucking summer. We have hot as fuck summers here. I can't imagine there's any better for you in Florida down by the swamp. All that fucking humidity, man. Cook you. No, but actually, they did a really good job with the HD pack from Metal Gear Solid 3. I was impressed. It looks a lot better, but it maintains the original art style. Yeah, as kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to the original game, they actually, when you put these discs in, what is essentially a fucking GameCube. And in the remaster, they removed the Nintendo logo. In the original game, it actually was a fucking GameCube. It was a meta joke. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the only thing I can really nitpick is no fixing to the texture warping. But that's such a small complaint, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal at all. And it didn't even suffer from the texture warping as bad as some of the other games did. A lot of PS1 games had it a lot worse. But they, you know, and originally it was kind of rough. You didn't get it at launch. I did. It had some issues at launch. They had an issue that stopped it from having true analog control, even though the original game did. It was one of the games that supported DualShock. And that pissed off people because it kept it to 8-way movement, and then you couldn't make it full screen, so it had some problems. So then they restored analog stick controls, which is the biggest complaint, really. Then they added the ability to make it full screen, even if it was low resolution. Now, with the high-res art and the resolution boost and swapping the X and circle button, I have pretty much no complaints except for the texture warping. And I know there are some people who will defend it because that was kind of the aesthetic for PS1. I just don't personally like it. But I can get people who keep it. But yeah, it's good. And like I said, no other version of the game has the official button swap and the new art they created. So that finally gives the Master Collection version of MGS1 a boost. You know, before you could honestly say you're probably... you probably get better results emulating. Like, there was nothing that the MGS Collection at one had you couldn't get from emulating. Now it actually has an actual benefit to having text that looks modern and not like shit. Because you can upgrade the res as much as you want in DuckStation. It doesn't improve the art. That's pretty much stuck at the resolution it was made, unless you make more. So that's cool. Now at least there's actual like a benefit that's unique to that version, and they actually took a lot of time to make that text and art. So props to them for that. And then the texture pack for MGS3 is fantastic. It keeps the aesthetic of the original game. It looks really good. I was really impressed. And the fact that they're still supporting MGS3 and adding stuff like that, even though Delta came out, is really cool. Because a lot of companies would be like, oh, we made the new version. Fuck you. Forget about the old version. We're not supporting that. So I really like the fact that they still released something like major like that, because that texture pack clearly took a lot of work. You know what I mean? So... and they just dropped that as a surprise thing, and then when they were focusing on Volume 2, I gotta admit, that was a fucking boss move from Konami. It really was. And now, I know you don't really care for Castlevania. I know you don't really like 2D. But Castlevania is important to a lot of people. It's one of the most important game series in gaming. And it was the only fucking... it was the only, series that Capcom hadn't brought... not Capcom, I'm sorry. It was the only series that Konami hadn't brought back. The big three at Konami were Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and Castlevania. And they, did Delta. I'm sure they've got, I'm pretty sure they have the next game on the docket is a remake of MGS1, the next, major release. I'm not saying Master Collection Volume 2. Many leakers with proven track record have said it's going to be a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 to Delta standard, but oh my god, I will fucking lose my shit if that happens. Obviously, it's not confirmed until it's confirmed. But if they modernize MGS1, I will lose my fucking shit. Imagine MGS1, dude, keep the story the same, but fully modernized graphics and gameplay, crouch walking, full third-person aiming, CQC. Oh my god. I mean, I would spontaneously combust. And then, so I kept waiting for Castlevania, and now we're getting a new Castlevania game, and I honestly think Konami is back, and they're doing great. They've been making all the right moves. Delta was fucking awesome. Silent Hill 2 Remake was fucking awesome. Silent Hill F is fucking awesome. Okay, how the fuck? There's a way to get that shelf to slide, and I can't remember what it is. Is it here on the wall? Okay. Yeah. Nice. Ah, that's the key I was missing. Okay. Fucking A. Oh my god, Gray Fox? Yeah. Gray Fox is fucking sick. He's a fan favorite character. He always has been. For good reason. He's fucking awesome. You know, surprisingly, they have a black man playing him in Metal Gear Solid 1. I mean, not like there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying he does not sound black at all. First time I heard that, I was actually surprised. But that just goes to show you a good voice actor. But yeah, Meryl's great too. I don't know which I like more, Meryl or Ava, but she's a fantastic love interest. And Sniper Wolf was awesome too. Her battle in the snowfield. And that actually became one of the most iconic lines in the series. Snake, do you think that love can bloom on a battlefield? Yeah. And it's actually really sad seeing her laying there sprawled out and seeing Otacon over her dead body and seeing her wolves come and howl for her. That actually made me sad. Like, it's one of those you don't feel good about killing her kind of things, you know what I mean? So, super memorable. Psycho Mantis. Super great. Honestly, most of the boss battles in that game are super memorable. And I think they would be phenomenal with an updated set, honestly, of gameplay. Well, it's obviously up to interpretation, but from my understanding, it's more her loyalty to Liquid. Because in the lore of the game, they basically treated them like fucking garbage and threw them away. That's what, like, inspired Liquid to do his whole mutiny, is they treated all the soldiers like they were pieces of shit, and they were going to get rid of them all and make them obsolete, even though they had all given their lives serving their country. So that was their idea, to try and create a world where soldiers are valued. So more, she relates to Snake, but she has loyalty to Liquid because Liquid was her commander and the only guy who was there for her. Like, Liquid is there trying to take care of all of them. They were just gonna basically throw them fucking away. And probably try to kill them, honestly, to cut loose ends. You know what I mean? And with, oh, sweet. with Psycho Mantis, it's really simple. And Liquid is his only friend. And you especially learn that in MGS 5. They show a young Liquid and a young Psycho Mantis. And he was treated, his Psycho Mantis' real name is Trenty Robotnik. And from the time he was like 5 or 6, he had powers, and he was found in a Soviet village. Yeah. He was found in a Soviet village, and the Soviets immediately turned him into a weapon. And treated him like he was less than human. So, from the time he was like 5 or 6, before he could even remember, they had killed his parents and basically sold him into slavery and treated him like a fucking mutant freak while using his psychic powers. And Liquid, aka Eli, that's his real name, is the only person that ever treated Psycho Mantis like he was good. And a human being, his only friend. So, Psycho Mantis doesn't even give a fuck about the cause, so to speak. It's just, literally, Liquid is the only guy that ever treated him like a human being and not a fucking tool. And he's like, okay, if Liquid is gonna die on this hill, I'm gonna die with him. And, then he basically says, I pretty much hate humanity. I hear their thoughts, I think they fucking suck. I've seen the worst they have to offer, so, the only one who's not really on Vulcan's side, or not Vulcan, the only one who doesn't really care about Liquid is Vulcan Raven. He's just there for the fight. He wants to fight the toughest dudes he possibly can. And, oh boy. Okay. We're getting in the weeds. We're getting in the weeds! Okay, so Big Boss is infertile. He can't have kids. He was at the Bikini Atoll tests when they first tested out the American bomb. And he survived, where most of the people who were at those tests got cancer. But while he survived without getting cancer, he was made permanently sterile. He can't have kids. But despite that, he's considered to be one of the greatest warriors who ever lived. So, he got in bed with Zero, Cypher. And they made the Patriots, the first Patriots. And the goal was noble. They were going to give soldiers a place where they were respected and believed, outer heaven. But Zero was able to get the Philosopher's Funds, which was like $100 billion in 1960. Do you have any idea how much money that is? And ultimately, Zero, Sigint, and Dr. Clark, the power went to their heads. They realized that they had more money than they could ever hope to spend, and they had control of the entire government. And it went to their head. And Zero wanted to start pulling the strings. And Big Boss was not having fucking none of it. It was not about pulling the strings. It was not about government control. It was always supposed to be about giving soldiers a place where they wouldn't be fucking thrown away like disposable tools. Like he was, like the boss was. And so he left the organization. And the final straw was both because he wanted a tool that he could use, because he suspected that Big Boss was going to leave, and because he thought that Big Boss's genes were too valuable, he secretly had Big Boss cloned. And that was called the Los Enfants Terribles. It's French. Los Enfants Terribles. I suck at it, but it means the terrible twins. And that was Big Boss's sons, Solid and Liquid. They're twins. They're both twins of Big Boss. And so technically, Liquid and Solid are brothers, even though they're clones. They were both born at the same time, carried by the same mother. Ava, believe it or not, who really did love Big Boss. She didn't know that it was against Big Boss's wishes. And when Big Boss found out that Zero cloned him without his knowledge, that was the last straw. He told him, he left the Patriots, and he said, don't you ever fucking talk to me again, I'll kill you. And went AWOL. He was disgusted that he would do that and clone him without it. And they actually talk about in the game that at first, you can hear it in Metal Gear Solid 5, that at first Big Boss was fucking disgusted by Solid and Liquid. Which, yeah. At first he was fucking disgusted by Solid and Liquid. He didn't even want to acknowledge they existed because they're clones of him and they were done without his consent, which I can understand. I would be kind of freaked out too. But he gradually came to respect them as their own people. And, he actually wound up training Solid Snake in hand-to-hand. That's why Solid Snake knows fucking CQC and Metal Gear Solid 4. And he says, Big Boss taught me. Whereas Liquid didn't get that training. And that's part of why, when they finally get into the fucking hand-to-hand battle, Solid Snake sweeps the fucking floor with Liquid. You can't beat that CQC. I mean, Liquid is nothing to stop at, but literally, they consider Big Boss the greatest hand-to-hand combatant who ever lived, and Solid Snake got his training directly from Big Boss. So when it came down to a fucking mano-a-mano hand-to-hand brawl, there's a reason why Solid Snake came out of that alive. And he came to respect Solid Snake. And the, see, we're getting in the weeds, man. Metal Gear Solid has such interesting lore, but I could talk about it until I'm fucking blue in the face. And that's one of the reasons why Liquid is so fucked up in the head is because they made a lesser clone and a greater clone. Because, you know, you have recessive and aggressive genes, like dominant and recessive. So one of the twins got his dominant genes, and one of them got the lesser. Now, to see what would happen, they told Liquid that he was the lesser clone. So he has this big fucking inferiority complex where he hates Solid Snake and can't stand it because he feels like he will always be lesser. Basically, like he's cursed to be inferior. And that's why he hates Big Boss, even though Big Boss had nothing to do with it, believe it or not. And he hates Solid Snake because he feels like Solid Snake was given all the stuff he never had. But the twist at the end of Metal Gear Solid 1, if you get the true ending and you listen to the phone call, Liquid was actually given the greater genes the whole time. Solid Snake was given the lesser genes and still whooped that ass. And the whole point of the plot of Metal Gear 1 is that your genetics don't matter. It's the person you're on the inside. Liquid literally had the better genes and got his fucking ass handed to him because Solid Snake had the heart where it counts. But that's the bitter irony, is that the whole time he thought, oh, I'm inferior, and he literally was the superior one the entire time. And if he hadn't been so up in his head thinking, you know, and like eventually he tells him, you're the greater clone, and Solid Snake's like, so fucking what? Even though he's not. But Liquid thinks he is. And literally Solid Snake's like, what the fuck do you mean? I don't care. He's like, why should you care? And it shows you the difference. So he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? He's like, you're doing all of this over a fucking God complex? You're gonna nuke the world? You're crazy. But yeah, that's the whole point. Each Metal Gear game has a theme. For Metal Gear 1, it's gene. Do our DNA, do our genetics decide who we are? And the whole message of that game is no, it doesn't. Literally, Solid Snake was the inferior clone and whooped everybody's ass. It's about the contents of your character. Metal Gear Solid 2, it's meme. And Metal Gear Solid 3, it's scene. And the whole theme of Metal Gear Solid is that the times we live in change who we are as a person. That, technically speaking, Big Boss and Solid Snake are genetically the same, but they're two completely different people because they went through two completely different lifestyles. Big Boss went through a lot of fucked up shit that Solid Snake did not have to go through, so he became a different person. Even though genetically they're the same, because they lived through different life, they became two different people. And that's one of the things I love about Metal Gear Solid 3, which you'll see when you play it. At the start of Metal Gear Solid 3, he's nigh fucking identical to Solid Snake. But throughout the course of the game... that's funny. Yeah, the same music for Resident Evil was great. People have actually used this before. I don't know if I would get claimed for using it, because I wouldn't be opposed to that. But then other people have used it. I don't know. Maybe it's like if you have talking while it's going. I don't know. But yeah, Resident Evil always has good save music. It's not just this game. It's like consistently. Where you can just sit there and chill. That's the whole point. It's the save room. It's like the one space where you're safe. You know what I mean? But, that's the whole thing about Metal Gear Solid 3 that you'll see when you play the game. Hopefully you get around to it. Is at the start of Metal Gear Solid 3, he acts and behaves identically to Solid Snake. But after going through all the fucked up shit that he goes through in Metal Gear Solid 3, which I won't spoil if you're not familiar, but it's really fucked up, he becomes a different person, and by the end of it, he's jaded and fucked up in the head. Like, it basically lost his hope and optimism. So they literally show how, like, he starts off, like, just like Solid Snake. And then by the end, you're like, okay, now I can see where he becomes Big Boss. And then the further games with him, Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 5 shows him further getting that role from the shit he has to live through. And Big Boss is the shit. Yeah, I hope you do, dude. And like I said, it's August, so you got like 6-7 months, man. You don't even have to really try to go hard on it, is what I mean. They're not that long. You're not going for a perfect rating. If you're not going for 100% complete, getting every collectible, you're going to blow through them in a couple days. So, like, you don't even need to be marathoning it, dude. You got 7 months, just... No, he's... Aw, see... No, he's actually in several games. So, Big Boss is the villain of Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. And then, he stars in 3, Portable Ops, Peace Walker, and 5. So, about half the games are Big Boss. Basically, the series splits between Big Boss and Solid Snake. And Metal Gear Solid 5 is what it's not the end, it's the middle. Even though it's the last Metal Gear game, it's the middle, but it's important because when you play Metal Gear Solid 3, it starts up another story with Snake. Like 30 years before Metal Gear 1. And basically, it's like the prequel trilogy for Star Wars. Because all of his games are about like how he gets to the point where he was the villain in Metal Gear 1. And Metal Gear Solid 5 is the link in the chain where they meet. Where Big Boss's story ends and Solid Snake's begins. Like, it's the crucial point where the two different eras meet up. Because it had split into two halves. And MGS5 is the crucial point in the middle. And you actually get to meet Liquid. But he's 12. And has, like, bright blonde hair. And you actually get to beat his ass as Big Boss. Because he thinks he's gonna fucking step up to Big Boss. He's like, I can beat you. And obviously, he's 12. And so Big Boss just... Yes, it is. Yeah. It's funny, too. Like, I mean, you get to... Several times you actually see Big Boss whoop Liquid's ass. Because he's like, I can take you. And then Big Boss is like, nah. No, you can't. He even takes a knife, man, and tries to come at Big Boss, and Big Boss fucking literally takes the knife and then kicks him in the fucking balls and flips his ass on the ground. And he's like, nope. And actually, after seeing him be such a little shit, it's so satisfying to see Big Boss just, like, beat the disrespect out of him. Dude, yeah. I really hope you get a chance to... Metal Gear Solid 5 is so great, dude. So fucking great. I hope one day you get to play it and play the whole thing. Phantom Pain is still probably my favorite game of all time ever. And the fucking... What, 11 years now? Yeah, oh god. I'm so old. In the 11 years since MGS5? Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy it, dude. But what I mean is... In the, yeah, for sure. For sure, Alex. Because I'm telling you, it will spoil you. MGS5 is so fucking good that playing the other games that are playing 5 is painful. The gameplay is so fucking good. It's so fucking good in 5 that it makes every other game feel like ass in comparison, even 4. Which 4 actually was a huge step in the right direction, because you had crouch walking and aiming and movement, all that shit. But 5 is so good. But yeah, if you play 5 at any point before you play the others, it's good. Like I said, Alex, oh, you bitch. If you, it's been, it's literally been 11 years now since MGS5 comes out, and I do not think there has been one stealth game that has surpassed it. Not one. If you ask me, it is literally the fucking gold standard for stealth in video games that all other games should be compared to. And the fact that it has been untouched in 11 years should tell you how fucking good the gameplay is. And if you've seen the gameplay compilations, it is perfect. I honestly can't think of any way they could have made the gameplay any better. And when they did Delta, yeah, Ground Zero, yeah. Well, then you know the gameplay is good. Even if you didn't understand the story. God damn, you can't say the gameplay in Ground Zeroes didn't fucking rule. I mean, it is perfection. It is so fucking smooth. You know, and MGS5 takes up another step. Because they took the beta feedback. They took the beta feedback that people gave them. Oh, yeah. They took the beta feedback that people gave them and, improved it further. Like, the driving was kind of rough in Ground Zeroes. They improved that. They improved the controls. And then, of course, you have a huge arsenal of weapons. There's literally, 200 weapons, 300 weapons in MGS5, Alex. 20 different handguns, 20 different shotguns, 20 different assault rifles, 20 different SMGs, 20 different sniper rifles, and later on in the game, you gain weapon customization and swap parts out. So, there are so many fucking tools at your disposal on Metal Gear Solid 5. It is ridiculous. Literally, you could talk to 10 different people that have played Metal Gear Solid 5, and they will play it a completely different way with a different fucking loadout. And then you have time of day. That's complete day-night cycle that changes the enemy patrols. What time? Weather. There's weather. You have sandstorms in the desert and lightning storms and thick rain in Africa. And oh yeah, that's right. There's 2 maps in MGS5. You have Afghanistan and Africa. Africa's the shit. You have these huge giant prairies and grasslands and mountains and rainforest. So man, Africa's awesome. You have vehicles. No, you can't ride a camel. As much as I wish you could. You do get a horse that you can trick out though. And the horse riding is amazing. MGS5 has some of the best horse riding I've ever played. Because the horse is really quick. Probably the quickest of any game I've ever played. And you can use it for stealth. You can actually lean over the side of the saddle. So if there's an enemy coming on your left side, you can dash past them and lean over the side of the saddle and actually use stealth on the fucking horse. And then you can actually use your gun while you're on the side of the saddle. Just fucking crazy shit, man. So you can literally flip over the side of the fucking horse and pull out your gun. And then you can customize the horse and give it fucking combat armor. And stealth gear. And color the gear. Like, even the horses, you can trick it out and customize it. And then you build your own base, dude. In between missions... in between missions, you have this major base you can go to. Yeah, I agree. In between missions, you have this major base you build up where you go in the ocean. And the base is literally meant to look like Big Shell from MGS2. It's got the giant struts above the ocean, and you can even make it orange, like the Big Shell. You can customize the color, of course, and make it whatever color, but they literally put a color in there, and Hideo Kojima was like, yeah, it's a Big Shell color. So that's a big reference, and you build it out. When you start out, it's one tiny platform. By the end of the game, if you max out your base, Alex, the base spans miles and has like just 10 different platforms. Like literally, by the end of Metal Gear Solid 5, your base is so big. They are. They actually let you do that free, even without PS Plus, which I approve. But with literally, Alex, your base in MGS5 is so big by the end that you need a Jeep to get across it. You can literally drive a fucking Jeep around the base. It gets that big. So in between, you're out in the field, you're doing that, you are literally building up your own fucking army and fortress. It is amazing. And then it creates a feedback loop. You build up your army. You can then create more weapons, which allows you to build up more of your army, which allows you to create more weapons. Yeah, no, seriously. And the soundtrack's fucking awesome. It has a bunch of songs that were made just for the game that are amazing, but then it also has a shit ton of officially licensed 80s tunes. So you're sitting there in the fucking desert of Afghanistan, driving a Jeep in the desert, while you're listening to fucking 80s rock. Like fucking Africa, and Toto, and Billy Idol. It's fucking amazing. Like literally, I can still remember it. Literally driving over a fucking sand dune, listening to fucking Rebel Yell. And you can play the music while you're playing the game. So you're just sitting there fucking jamming out to 80 tunes while you demolish a base. Yeah, it is. What? Why do you think I love Metal Gear Solid so much, man? And MGS5 is the peak. He went into it giving it everything he had. He knew it was going to be his last Metal Gear game. Like, he knew, he saw the writing on the wall, all the bullshit. Finally. So, even before people knew it, he knew it was going to be the last one. So he really gave Metal Gear Solid 5 everything he had. And you have to understand, he literally released the first Metal Gear game in the 80s. So he had worked on Metal Gear Solid in some form or another for 30 fucking years. So obviously it meant a lot to him. And when he knew, okay, this is it. This is going to be the last one. He gave it everything he fucking had. And it shows. It's fucking awesome. I have put an ungodly amount of hours into Metal Gear Solid 5, and it is still the best stealth game ever made, in my opinion. I will say the stealth of Death Stranding 2 is really good. Like, they clearly took a lot of inspiration from MGS5, because the stealth in the original game is kind of, Now we're about to get Chris. But Death Stranding 2 still isn't as good because, well, stealth isn't the whole point. Stealth is a part of Death Stranding, but it's part of the larger whole, whereas in MGS5, that's it. That's the fucking game. So... oh, shit. But the stealth in Death Stranding 2 is still really great, and way better than the first game. In the first game, it was just serviceable. In the Death Stranding 2, the stealth was actually really good. So... yeah, I love Hideo Kojima, man. I really do. Death Stranding 2 is fucking amazing. And fuck the Game Awards. Fuck the Game Awards for not even nominating Death Stranding 2 for anything. For fucking anything? Are you kidding me? I didn't think it was gonna win, but holy shit, it didn't even get nominated? Fuck you guys. That's the biggest travesty of the fucking Game Awards right there, man. That it didn't even get nominated for shit. Fuck that. That's so fucking lame. And obviously, your mileage may vary. But for me personally, Alex, Death Stranding 2 was my game of last year. 2025 had a lot of amazing games, but I had a fucking blast from start to finish in MGS5. I'm not MGS5, I'm sorry, Death Stranding 2. I literally was fucking glued to my seat. I marathoned that game, and I still didn't want to quit. Like, by the end of the game, I was sad that it was fucking over. So good. And it really pisses me off that it wasn't nominated for a single thing. And not even nominated. Fuck you. I mean, it would have been nice if it won something, but it was like, what? That's how you know it's a crock of shit. Because seriously, most people will say, if you, hey, do you think Death Stranding 2 is one of the best games last year? Yeah. I mean, at the very least, dude, it should have won the fucking, award for best boss battle. Dude, that first boss battle with Neil was fucking insane. That has got to be one of the best boss battles in any game I've ever played, Alex. I'm pretty sure you were there for that. Dude, that boss battle had my jaw on the fucking floor. Seriously, I think that might be the best boss battle Kojima's ever done. I mean, that boss battle had, like, me in stunned silence. Fucking Mexican Day of the Dead boss battle. The fucking huge enemies with the skulls. The fucking raining sparks and shit. Destroy fucking... oh my god. And then you're, like, the ending battle in a Mexican graveyard. You're taking on a whole squad, fucking jumping through shit. Taking cover behind fucking graves. Weaving your way through. Like, at the very least, it should have won for the best boss battle. that has got to be one of the best boss battles in any game I've ever fucking played. And, I mean, this is coming from Kojima, who's known for doing fucking awesome boss battles. So, what does that tell you? But yeah, there's 3 endings in Resident Evil 1. And it basically goes bad, good, best. The worst ending is you don't save Barry, and you don't save Chris. Good ending is you save Barry, you don't save Chris, because you have to find a hidden item to save Chris. And I've got all the steps for the final best ending. I'm just going to save, though, before I get down to the nitty-gritty. I think I already did, but I just want to make sure. Because you saw those discs that I put in the GameCubes, that's optional. And you have to find all 3 of those, one of which is in the mansion from much earlier, and you have to find all 3 of them to save Chris. So if you want to get the best ending, you gotta go out of your way. Alright, time to kill some bitches. Oh wait a minute, hold on, let me grab a healing item. Yeah, sorry, I know I just gushed. Like, dude, I love Kojima so much. And I can't wait for his future project, dude. He's got OD, horror game, which, considering how awesome PT was, that was a demo. I can't wait to see him do a full horror game. Unfortunately, it's not Silent Hills, but still, I'm really looking forward to it. And then he's got fucking Fizzant, which is his modern Metal Gear successor, but it's set in the future like Cyberpunk. Can't fucking wait for that. Like, imagine Metal Gear in, like, Cyberpunk. Like a modern Metal Gear made by Kojima. That's gonna kick ass. And I showed you the early graphics. Those are raw test footage of characters. Are you fucking kidding me? Those are like the best character models I've ever seen, Alex. And that was raw test footage of the characters. Fucking Fizzant is gonna look fucking insane. Like, oh my god. So, and I mean, like, he's 60. He's in his 60s now. He could have retired many years ago. And the fact that he's still releasing games like this, he's still leading the industry. God, I love Kojima. Hey, yo, Chris!
Jill?
Chris, you're alive!
Of course I'm alive. Jill, there's something big going down, and I don't think we're part of the equation.
I have to get you out of here. Ugh, it won't open. Wait, I'll be back to get you out.
Okay. No sightseeing, though.
Yeah, you have to make a detour here. When you open the self-destruct, it opens the cell doors. But it gets you the best ending, and he helps you in the final fight, so you want to free Chris. And basically, it's the same for Jill, Chris. Whatever character you're not playing gets captured in that jail cell. So if you're playing Chris, it'd be Jill in there. And if you want to get the best ending, you have to save both Barry and Chris. Barry is easy. You get into a fight with Lisa Trevor, and you wonder, can I trust Barry? And you have to give him his gun back. If you don't, he dies. Because it seems at first like you might not be able to trust Barry. Like, what are you doing? You're suspicious. But it turns out the reason why Barry's been acting weird is because Wesker has his family hostage. His wife and daughter, and he's going to kill them. So it's not that Barry wants to betray you. It's that he's literally got his daughter. And at the end of the day, if you save Barry, he actually turns on Wesker anyway and helps you. So it's not that Barry's a piece of shit. It's just... well, his daughter's like 5 years old and Wesker's got him, and Wesker is not fucking around, so... At first it seems like, oh my god, I can't trust him, so you might be tempted to not give him the gun, but he dies, and it's sad. The canon ending, Barry lives. And honestly, like I said, Barry's a fucking G. What, there's a refueling room. Where is it? Shit, hold on. I have to go there and get that. Are you kidding me? How much are you gonna get up? What the fuck? I told you like 3 grenade shells. The fuck are they feeding you? Holy shit, stay down. Normally, like, 1 grenade shell will kill a zombie. But no, apparently they put steroids in his fucking oatmeal. Shit, there, you have to go to a specific room. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Fill up the capsule. I'll find it. There's not that many rooms in here anyway. Okay, he's dead. See, he went down 1 shot. What the fuck was up with that other guy? Holy shit. And see, this is where being thorough beforehand helps you. You refill this capsule, and it fuels it, and then while you're carrying it, if you get hit by anything, anything, you blow up. And that's why, even though I could have had the capsule filled up before, I went through and I cleared out all the enemies. Running could result in a fatal explosion. Fuck you. Yeah, they make you walk. This is one of the parts of this game I'm not too thrilled with. They basically make you a temporary employee for ISIS. Don't hit me! I go boom! And I would have had to deal with all those enemies if I hadn't cleared them out beforehand. Yeah, I wish they didn't do that. Like I said, if they ever remake Resident Evil, I hope they get rid of that. Like, I think they could fix it just by putting it on a timer. Not like, oh, you can't run, or oh, you can't be attacked. Just, oh my god, it's volatile. It'll explode if I don't get to the cooling. So they still have that, oh shit, I gotta run and get it, but not the irritation of you can't be hit and you have to walk. I think that would be a better way to do it. What do I know? I'm just an offensive YouTuber who's misleading people with my platform, Alex, don't you know? God. Some fucking people, man, they're preaching this. Like, I'm sorry, can you hear me from way the fuck up there on your high horse? What's it like looking down on the rest of us mere mortals? Must get pretty windy up there on your high fucking horse. Fucking platform. Oh my god. Dude, and you know I gotta say, I'm not even gonna mention you know who. She's now Voldemort. She who shan't be named. But people who try to influence others with their platform are the type of YouTubers I think fucking suck. Okay? You are on these platforms to entertain. If you're an actor, a YouTuber, you can honestly say that being a YouTuber is sort of the same as being an actor. You're there to entertain people. I mean, not quite the same, but you get what I mean. You're an entertainer. Where would you ever get it up your fucking, in your head, that your job is to tell people how to live their lives? What? I guess I ran accidentally. Fuck me. Oh well. And I mean, just in general, there's lots of YouTubers who think that that's their job. Is to police other people. And those are ironically the most self-righteous fucking pricks you'll ever meet. You know, Alex, I hadn't checked out her channel because I was busy. Like, I legitimately was busy. I've had so much stuff going on that when I have time to get on YouTube, I'm streaming my shit. Second. But I checked out her channel. Not only did she have fucking pronouns on her channel bio, she actually, at the start of her video, has content warnings talking about trigger words. Fucking come on, man. I'm so sick and tired of that. Everybody has to sanitize themselves, and nobody can say what they actually fucking mean. And, well, I need to warn you because it might offend you. And I had never seen that. Because, like I said, I was too busy to check out her channel. I just, like, I had all this stuff going on in my life. You know what I mean? She only made her channel last month, her new channel. Because, I've had all the stuff going on in my life. January's crazy. So when I was finally had time to myself, I wasn't watching other YouTubers. But, like I explained, I was making my channel. So I didn't see it, but I saw it the other day. And I'm like, man, if I had saw this, I could have seen the writing on the wall a long fucking time ago. Like, oh no. Here we go. Like, if I had seen the fucking pronouns and fucking trigger warnings, I'm so tired of that, man. It's literally gotten to the point now that you can't even say what you want to fucking say. Like, on videos that are edited, that are shorter, you can't say murder. You can't say kill. You can't say raped. Even when you're talking about true crime, I can say that because it's a longer video. YouTube apparently only cares if it's in a certain time period. And they care less in streams and shit. But how fucking ridiculous is that? That even when you have marked your video, as adults, that you still have to watch what you say. You have to say raped, or PDF file, or SA. Nobody can say fucking big boy words anymore. Unalived, yeah. And that's not even their fault. They don't want to get demonetized. They're trying to make a living. So I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. It's not the problem with the content creators. It's a problem with the system. Where we literally have censored people where they can't even say what they want to fucking say anymore. And it's literally people like her. It's literally people like her that made it like this. Because, well, you can't say that. It might offend someone. Okay? Yeah, yeah. I have to look, hold on, I have to see your full comment. Okay, so what? So what if I offend you? Who fucking cares? So fucking what if you are offended? I don't apologize for offending you. Suck my ass. Sometimes in life, you get offended. That doesn't mean that thing that offended you should now not exist. Okay? To live, to be a fucking human being, is to offend somebody. You're going to offend somebody. You could literally say the most seemingly innocuous thing in the universe, Alex. The sky is blue, and somewhere, someone is going to get pissed at it. Well, to me, it's actually purple. Okay? So if you try to live your life, and not offend anyone, you're gonna drive yourself crazy and people will still be offended. How many times do you see these people, Alex, who are like trying so hard not to offend anyone and they still get canceled because you're gonna offend somebody somewhere? So if you know that, that no matter what you fucking do, you're gonna offend somebody, then you should just mean what you say and say what you mean and say what you really feel. Because if no matter what you say, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Saying the earth is round actually offends some people. So if you know that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you're gonna offend somebody, then you just realize, fuck it, I should just say what I want to say then. I mean, you shouldn't be trying to offend people. That's not the point. There's definitely a difference between saying if I offend you, okay, sorry, I don't care, and trying to offend somebody. I'm not for trying to be offensive. I'm just saying you can't live your life. Is this offensive? Is this offensive? Well, is this okay that I said this? Oh my god, let me check with the community. You can't live your life like that. You shouldn't try to be a dick. You shouldn't try to be offensive, but you can't watch every fucking word you say thinking, oh my god, I might offend somebody somewhere. And it's people like fucking her that made it like this, that I detest. And I don't know what the fuck happened to her, Alex, because, I don't know what the fuck happened to her, Alex, because I can tell you, she was not always like that. Okay, I have known her for several years. She was always trans. From the day I met her. She didn't used to be like that. She didn't used to be a fucking SJW preachy freak. And if she had been like that, when we started talking, we never would have been friends to begin with. I'm not friends with people that are like that. Okay? So, somewhere along the way, in the last, I don't know, like, couple of months, she just decided, hey, I'm gonna become a fucking SJW asshole. And then I'm gonna shit on the people that are my friends. Even though those people were my friend when I went to fucking prison. Yeah, let's shit on the only person who stayed my friend. That's the smart thing to do. Well, you know, this person... Yeah. This person... This person was my friend for years. Had my back when other people dropped me, when my own parents dropped me after I went to prison. But even though this guy's had my back, even though this guy's been my friend for years and defended me, I'm gonna stop being his friend and be a fucking snake because he said some shit on the internet I didn't like one time. Get the fuck out of here. I'm still salty about that. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I know I said I would stop talking about it. It just really pissed me off. We're talking about censorship. And remember, she said that she was against censorship because there were games like Ninja Gaiden where they took out the blood and like, oh my god, and I can understand that. That game had a ton of blood, so I understand being upset. I understand being upset about that. But how can you justify being anti-censorship for blood? How can you justify being anti-censorship for blood, for boobies, saying that you want games to keep skimpy clothing, and then try to fucking police everybody's words like a fucking asshole? Censorship is censorship. Like, I don't understand how you can literally be that way and say, yeah, give me the tits, give me the blood, and then, oh, you said a bad word. You can't say that. Then you're not anti-censorship. You're pro-censorship when it fits you. Which makes you a fucking hypocrite. And an asshole. And yeah, dude, I hope so. I hope that you got my back, dude. If I sound like I'm doubting you, it's not that I'm doubting you per se, Alex. It's just, you know, I've had a lot of people I thought were my friends, I thought they had my back, tell me that they have my fucking back, and then stab me in the back. Max said he was my friend. Max said I was one of his best friends in the world, and look what he fucking did to me. Steph said he was my friend, and then look what he fucking did. So, Rhea said she was my friend, she had my back. So, I've had a lot of people say they're my friend and then stab me in the fucking back, man. And it hurts. It hurts a lot because I was nothing but fucking good to them. Okay? I was good to Steph. I tried to be patient with him. I tried to be patient with him. All of his bullshit, all of his assholishness. He tried my patience so many times. Him waking me up in the middle of the night to talk about some fucking girl that I was patient with him. And a lot of people would have ditched him after half the shit he did. So many times, people in that group. Yeah, true. That's fair. I agree. I'm not trying to come down on you, Alex. I'm just saying, like, you can understand my doubts because I've had so many people say that they have my back and then do that shit to me. But, Steph, he upset so many people. You have no idea, Alex, how many fucking people came to me miffed about Steph. Rhea came to me miffed about Steph. That one chick, I can't remember her name, that chick with the OnlyFans, I liked her before she did. Leah, she was miffed about Steph. Everyone fucking hated Steph, even Max. Even fucking Max came about Steph, and I always had Steph's back until he just wouldn't take the hint and was an asshole and decided that him being with that little girl was more important to him than me. Literally said, well, I don't know if I can be around you publicly because I might upset her. Yeah, piss on me, some dude that had your back for a chick that doesn't even like you. Max. So many people said, you know what? He's an offensive asshole. I don't like Max. And I always said, no, he may be offensive, but he doesn't mean it, because he would say some stupid shit, and he would cause issues for no reason. Always had his back. Every day he was gone, he disappeared the last time before, we had a falling out. He was gone for a couple weeks. Where's Max? I hope Max is okay. Where's Max? So every day, I was wondering where he was. And then he came in, you don't even care about anything but streaming. Man, fuck you. You were there. How many times did I worry about him? And then he says the only thing I cared about was streaming. I didn't really care about him as my friend. That's such a load of fucking bullshit. I was one of the only people that fucking cared about his well-being. And I constantly checked on him and messaged him to see if he was okay, even when he didn't fucking answer. And then... yeah, exactly, you cared about Max. And then he calls me a bad friend. Me a bad friend. You fucking disappear for weeks, and then you come back out of nowhere, and you say all kinds of unimaginable, awful shit about me, and I'm the bad friend. Fuck you. And then this shit with Rhea. You know I'm not a big fan of the whole trans ideology. You know that Rhea has a lot of takes that I disagree with. And yet still, despite Rhea having takes I disagree with, despite me being fundamentally opposed to her whole ideology, I was still her best friend. I was still her friend when everybody else ditched her. When her own mother and father turned their backs on her, I was her friend without question. After she told me she got out of fucking prison, I literally didn't treat her any different. I felt hurt because she vanished. We were friends for a while, and then she came back and she's like, oh, I went to prison. And I was like, oh, okay, that's why you disappeared. Because at first I was hurt. She just stopped talking to me. I thought she just ghosted me. And that upset me. But as soon as I found out she couldn't message me, I immediately forgave her, and we were friends again. When everybody else turned their back on her, I had her fucking back. I fucking defended her. When people came in my group that were, like, religious, like you, but they were way worse, I said, no, you leave her alone. Rhea's cool with me. Even though I fundamentally I agreed that I wasn't a huge fan of trans, I still had her fucking back. And this is how she repays me. By needling me for weeks in streams. Like, you saw the Resident Evil stream, okay? But I'm telling you, there was an entire week of streams like that, Alex. You saw, like, the last out of 10 where she fucking did that. So it wasn't like me and her had a minor disagreement, and then I said, fuck you. Like, imagine a whole week of doing what she did in that stream to me. And I still put up with her bullshit, even though she was pissing me off. I told her, you've been combative lately. I don't know why you're pissing me off. Still her friend. And then what does she do? She attacks me. She's a dickhole. And then she goes to Emily, who she thinks I hate. She didn't know that I was talking to Emily again. And I actually sorted things out with Emily. Turns out that it was Max that spread the rape bullshit. He took some things that Emily said and misconstrued them. Emily has had issues with me. She didn't say that I raped her or threatened to rape her. So I was wrong. I assumed that it was Emily. I was wrong. It was Max. That's why I started talking to Emily again. But I didn't want to cause any issues in the group. And she didn't really comment in the group anyway. Oh my god. See, that really gets on my nerves, dude. Oh well. Hold on, I'll try using the shotgun. It might be the grenade blast hit me. Oh well. I've come this far, I'm not going to give up now. I beat it before, I'll beat it again. But, I settled things with Emily and started talking to her because she proved to me that she didn't tell Max that, she wasn't in the group anyway. I'm not going to invite her because it would be no point. But the whole point is she showed me the logs. She literally showed me the text messages that proved that she did not say I raped her. She, showed Max a joke that I made about raping her, which was a joke between us because Emily has dark humor. And Max assumed that I was serious. And then he didn't even tell her that he thought, oh, was Karen saying he was really going to rape you? He just saw one text and assumed. Even though I said LOL and we laughed in the text. So, basically, that whole allegation was Max going crazy and just making a wild fucking assumption out of nothing. But she proved to me that she did not do it. And that's why we started talking again. Because Emily has dark humor. Like, she has jokes that I think are kind of insane. And you know me, okay? So she made a joke about SA. And I joked about it with her. And Max saw that and assumed that we were serious. Even though we both laughed and said LOL in the text message. So that was just him being schizo, I guess. But she proved it to me that she didn't do that. So that's why we started talking again. So I was wrong about that. But after we had just had a falling out and the Mac came to me, you can't blame me for thinking that way. Regardless. But she didn't know that. Because I didn't want to cause any issues. I didn't want to have anybody tell me, well, you shouldn't be friends with her. So I just kept it to myself that we've been texting for the last, 2 months. Just friendly texts. And so, what does she do? She goes to the person she thinks I hate and immediately sends her a fucking friend request. That is the most backhanded fucking cunt thing you could have done. I couldn't believe that she did that. And Emily showed me. She's like, hey, look what she just sent me. And there's no fucking way that she did that 2 days after me and her had a falling out. There's no fucking way that was a coincidence. Okay? I don't believe it. Oh, God. So literally, she went to somebody, or tried to go to somebody. Emily left her on red. Didn't accept her request. She went to somebody that she thought I hate. She went to somebody that she thought I hated, that she thought accused me of rape, that, that she hated, because she said she wasn't a fan of Emily even before we had a falling out, okay? Just to fucking hurt me. How fucking scummy do you have to be? And you know what? Even with all the issues that I had with Rhea, because like I told you, the last week or so, Alex, she had been needling me, she'd been preachy, and I kept being nice to her. You saw in that stream, I was like, can we change the subject? And I even told her, Alex, okay, I'm going to end the stream because I'm upset, and when I come back, we're not going to talk about stuff like that anymore. I straight up told her you're upsetting me, and then later on that day, I did the Lord of the Rings Gollum stream, and then she was ragging me about the game. So even after I told her, you're upsetting me, let's take a break. Let's not talk about this. She still opened up shitting on the game and not letting me have a good time, and I made me quit that stream. But either way, despite all of her issues, despite her royally pissing me off, despite her being preachy, despite her trying to judge me and say I'm offensive and all that shit for like a week straight, pushing my buttons, even after I told her you were pissing me off, you saw me in the stream say, dude, stop. I wasn't like just out of nowhere. I was like, stop. That was after a fucking week. Even after all that, I still would not go to somebody. Yeah. I still would not have gone to her enemy to try and hurt her. Even after her pushing my buttons for a week, even after her shitting on me, even after her calling me offensive and all that, after all I've been there for her, even though I was upset at her that I wasn't talking to her, because I finally blew up, she was spouting that fucking Nintendo bullshit, and I lost my temper. That was the final straw. I was seeing red. Because it was the same fucking shit with her. Just blatantly ignoring reality and Nintendo. Saying they're the best company ever. Just ignoring all their greed. And then crickets. Sony's greedy. Microsoft's greedy. And then you bring up Nintendo being greedy. Well, what? So irritating. So, and that was when I lost all. It was everything that came onto that. Just her blatant disregard of reality. I still would not have went to somebody that was her enemy and buddied up with them to hurt her. That is not something I ever would do. And the fact that she did that is so fucking lame. And that killed our friendship. Because I thought, hey, you know, maybe Rio's having a bad time. Maybe she's just having a real moody time. She goes through a lot. You know, maybe we'll patch things up. And I felt bad. You even saw that. And I thought maybe, a week or two when she's had time to cool off, we'll talk again. Nope. Never again. When I found out she did that, killed our fucking friendship. I wouldn't be her friend again if she fucking paid me. Fuck her. That is the scummiest, lowest fucking thing she could have done. Despicable. Honestly fucking despicable. Oh yeah, that's right, sorry, yeah. And I'm telling you what, there's a good chance that she'll watch this stream. And I hope she does, because I'm telling you right now, she needs to keep my name out of her fucking mouth, okay? Because I have all the files, I have all the fucking receipts. She wants to make things personal, I will fucking bury her. I know a lot of things about her that her fucking self-righteous crowd wouldn't want to know, and would judge her very harshly for knowing. So if she does not leave me alone and stop fucking with me, I'm gonna leak it all and bury her. Fucking test me, Rhea. See what fucking happens. I will burn your shit. You don't want to make it personal. I know where the bodies are buried, dog. Leave me the fuck alone. And to quote Will Smith, keep my name out your fucking mouth. But I don't want to even do that. I don't want to fucking bury her. I don't want to cause problems. I just want to be left alone. Leave me the fuck alone. But if she keeps messing with me, she keeps trying to go behind my back and saddle up with my enemies, she's gonna learn real quick that she fucked with the wrong dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try using the shotgun. I think maybe, I was fine until I used the grenade, so I'm gonna try when I get to that thing, because I've been doing something wrong. I wasn't running, and I kept blowing up. So, and they hit me, and I didn't blow up. So I think it's something like the raise. I don't know, but I have to try something different, because that's frustrating me. But yeah, so I hope she sees this, and I hope she knows that if she does not leave me alone, I will expose all of her fucking shit. I will burn it to the ground for the fucking shits and giggles. You know, to quote COD players, I will drop the fucking nuke. You know what they say? Don't open Pandora's box. You can't close it. Leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, sorry. I know you're trying to change the subject. I'm sorry. I'm upset. I apologize. I'm not trying to rag on and on about it. It just really hurt me. I feel like, Alex, not even just her, okay? I feel like I have done the best that I can to be a good friend. To you, to Max, to Steph, to Rhea, to Emily. I have done the best that I can to try and be a good friend, to be understanding, to be there, to be trustworthy, to not betray you guys. And I keep having these fucking people, despite all that, shit on me and piss in my face, and it just really upset me. If it was just Rhea, if it was just Max, if it was just Steph, okay. But it's like, I feel like I'm surrounded by fucking snakes. And I don't deserve it. I feel like I was a good friend to them, and they fucked me. And I've lost like the majority of my friends now. And I feel like I didn't do anything to deserve that. Never mind the fact that I'm currently going through some of the worst times of my life. Okay? It's never a good time. It's never a good time to ambush somebody that's supposed to be your friend. It's never a good time to be a dick to them. But I tell you what, there are times that are better than other times. And attacking me now, doing this self-righteous SJW bullshit to me now, right after my dad had a massive heart attack and my fucking aunt died, kind of fucked up when you think about it. And not... Well, to tell you the truth, dude, I'm weird. I gravitate towards weird people. But I didn't think weird meant fucking asshole. And apparently I've been picking the wrong type of weird. But, my aunt died on the 28th. Okay? She died on the 28th. It's now the 12th, 13th, so she's been dead 2 weeks now. Okay? So I'm still fucking recovering from my aunt being murdered. Being literally killed by the fucking hospital that was supposed to help her. So, the fact... Well, yeah, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, dude. I mentioned this stuff about my aunt. But what I'm saying is, it feels like, for Rhea to do this to me, after everything that's happened, it's still fresh, feels like her kicking me while I'm down. Like, hey, his dad almost died. His dad is still recovering. He literally is still not out of the woods yet. So every day I worry about my dad. Knock on wood. My aunt was murdered. Basically fucking murdered because they literally said, oh, she's overweight and retarded, so we're gonna let her die. That's good as killing her. Okay? Well, we're gonna choose then to be a dick to Karen. Like, literally, it feels like I'm on the ground, I'm having a hard time just trying to get by, and she chooses this time to do that, man. Take me while I'm fucking down. Of all the times for her to do this self-righteous SJW bullshit, she has to choose now when I'm grieving the loss of my fucking family. Some fucking friend you are. That sucks. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I've been through that. I've had women bail on me when things went wrong, Alex. It's a shitty fucking feeling. So, all of this talk, all of this high and mighty, preachy talk about don't be offensive, respect everybody, don't hurt people's feelings. And then what does she do? She sees somebody going through a rough time who's lost their fucking family member, and she decides that's the time to fucking pounce. That's not SJW behavior. That's not nice behavior, Alex. That's actually fucking evil behavior. From the person who acts high and mighty and preachy. Because I tell you what, Alex, maybe I'm a fucking weirdo. Maybe I'm an asshole. But you know what, dude? I'm far from perfect, but for all of my issues, Alex, for all of my fucking issues, if I knew somebody's aunt and family had just been murdered, I wouldn't fucking piss on them or be nasty to them. Even if I didn't like that person, I would say, you know what? They're having a hard time right now. It wouldn't be fair for me to fuck with them right now. I would give them grace, even if I fucking didn't like them. And this is what she does to somebody that's supposedly her fucking friend. Fucking kicks them right after their family's been murdered. Less than 3 fucking weeks. 3 weeks. And remember, by the way, she's been doing this for like the last week or so. So It's like she's barely in the fucking ground, and you're sitting there fucking kicking me, and you're the good person. You're the just person. Man, fuck off. There's nothing just about you, and that's what I'm saying. That is the problem with her and all these so-called fucking SJWs. They talk a big game, but they don't back it up. They talk about being nice to everybody, being kind to everybody, but if they saw a person on fire in front of them, they wouldn't piss on them to put them out. And she proved that. She fucking proved that. That it's just talk. All for talk. About being understanding for people, and being kind for people, and all that. Well, the second she saw somebody actually hurting, she kicked them while they were fucking down. So it's just words. And that's what it is for SJWs. They don't care about doing good, they care about looking good. Maybe I'm offensive. Maybe I'm crass. Maybe I'm vulgar. Maybe I'm nasty to the eyes. But you know what? Despite me being offensive, I never would have done what she did. And that should tell you all you need to know. That the person who's so-called moral, the person who's so-called polite and kind and courteous, pisses on somebody while they're down, but the person who's vulgar, who's offensive, would have given somebody in my situation grace and compassion. I wouldn't have treated my enemies like she treated me. I treat my fucking enemies better than that bitch treated me. Fuck her. I'm sorry. I know I keep saying I won't talk about her. It just really upsets me. I literally was her friend for 3 fucking years, and this is what she does to me. I'm pissed off about it. I'm working through it. I'm sorry. And ordinarily, I wouldn't go through it in public, but she opened that fucking door when she decided to run her mouth in a public fucking stream. And then reach out to other people. She opened that threshold. So you open the floodgates. If I talk about it publicly, you can't say shit. If she had kept in the DMs, I fucking would have. Instead, she had to sit there in my public stream and try to humiliate me. Fucking cunt. And she is exactly... No, I mean, seriously, Alex. I'm sure you have people that you don't like. Oh my god. I'm sure you have people that you don't like. But even somebody that you don't like, I don't think you would sit there and torment them right after a loved one of them died. You'd probably just say, you know what? A different time and place. I have to like you to show you grace and compassion, humanity. That's the whole thing she was saying, right? That everybody's a person. Even if you don't like them, you should show them respect. Where is the common respect for me, her fucking friend, when my fucking aunt was murdered and I'm fucking hurting? Suddenly it's gone. Well, because I said something she don't like. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. She said a lot of shit. She said a lot of shit that I didn't like, and I was still her fucking friend. So she can take a fucking rope and swing from it. You know, she actually told me that non-binary was killing people. No, people who commit suicide kill themselves. Okay, you can blame it on anything you want. You made that choice. And I mean, I'm not going to sit there and piss on somebody who killed themselves, okay? People go through a lot of things, and I've been depressed. I've been hopeless. I felt like I had no future left. I know what it's like to sit there and contemplate ending it. I thankfully had the strength to not do that, but I can understand. So I would never sit there and piss on somebody who killed themselves, because people go through fucked up things. And I can see where you're in a dark and lonely place, and you make a mistake, and you take a permanent solution. But you know what? I wouldn't sit there, even if I killed myself, and blame it on somebody else either. You chose to kill yourself. Nobody else fucking made you do it. Nobody put the fucking gun in your hand. And to try and sit there and act like, well, they killed themselves because of somebody else's mean words. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You're responsible for your fucking choices. And even if somebody said mean words to you, if you decided to take your life in your own hands and kill you, you still made that decision. You can't blame somebody else for that. It's fucking kids that blame other people for their decisions. Adults don't do that shit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to see something. Can I put the crate in can I put that slot in the item crate? Because then I could go and kill the enemies and come back. I've never thought about doing that. And you know, like I said, oh, you can. You can. Oh, wow, I wish I'd known that. Hold on, let me see if I can get that enemy spawn then. Because I'll run there, get the enemy, and then kill him. Or at the very least, if that enemy doesn't spawn, I can come back and save, and then I have to do the first thing. I'll use an extra save rib, and I don't care. I really don't want to have to keep doing that. Cutscene with Chris and shit and run to the door. And you know what? For all the issues that we had, Alex, her not talking to me, us having a falling out, I could say that was a disagreement. It was upsetting, but it was a disagreement. Her doing that with Emily, that was a betrayal. And it changes the whole fucking mood. The vibe, as ass-tards like her like to fucking say. So fuck her. She'll get no sympathy from me. I'll never be her friend ever again. And if she doesn't leave me the fuck alone, I will lay all of her fucking secrets to bear and humiliate her in a way that she's not gonna fucking recover from. Test me. I've got the files, dog. I'm sorry. I know I've said like 15 times I was going to stop talking about it. To have somebody that I cared about do that to me hurts me so badly. Out of all the people who would do that to me, I never thought that was her. And up until then, I could say, oh, well, we had a disagreement, we had a spat. It became entirely different when she did that with Emily. She betrayed me. And it hurts. It hurts to have somebody that you were friends with for years stab you in the fucking back when you're at your lowest point, when you're on your fucking knees. So I'm just I guess I'm just venting to you, getting out of my system, because it hurts, and I'm angry about it. I never would have done that to her. Fuck her. And how deceitful is that? That's not something that a woman does, a man does. That is something that a fucking coward does. Fucking pussy. I'm gonna slide up to your enemy and slide in their DMs. Man, I understand you're a woman, but you're trans, so you have fucking balls. Use them. My fucking grandma had more balls than you. Whatever. It just sucks, because I've been going through some of the worst months of my entire life, Alex. Some of the worst months in my entire fucking life. And now, of all times, is when I needed my friends the most. And this is when 90% of them have chosen to abandon me. It hurts. It hurts really fucking bad. Out of all the fucking times that I could have used a friend, this was it. And this is when they choose to kick me while I'm fucking down. Some fucking friends they were. Okay, this will be the last save before I activate the end of the game, so I want to make a save here before the point of no return. Once you put the fill in the canister and turn on, it starts a self-destruct sequence and you can't go back, so it's important I keep a save right here if I ever want to come back here for whatever reason. This is the last point before no return. She's just easier. She was designed for first-time players. You know, in Resident Evil 2, Alex, Claire, and Leon are not easier campaigns. They're different. They go to different places, have different weapons, fight different bosses. So there's not one that's an easy mode. And in most Resident Evil games, that's what it is. Different characters, different story. Like in Resident Evil 6, one is not an easy mode. Each character is a different campaign. So you'd think that in Resident Evil 1, that Chris and Jill, the difference would be, you know, different routes. But no, Jill is universally easier. And the developers even said they intended her to be the easy route. Okay? And this game is brutally hard. especially for newcomers. So the developers advise you, and I would advise you to play as Jill. She has 2 extra item slots. It has 1, but it has Carlos. You play a chunk of Carlos. So even though it has 1 campaign, there's a big chunk of the game you play as another dude. So I would say about 40% of the game you play Carlos. He's awesome. But even then, still, it's a different thing. He has different weapons. But in this game, it's like an easy mode. Jill has 2 extra item slots. She has 8 compared to Chris's 6. And in this game, that's key. I mean, she literally has 30% more inventory. She gets a shotgun early. She has Barry to help her out a bunch, and he's way better character. Jill is just in every way a much easier game. I mean, it's not easy. You can see it's still a hard game. But yeah, so I would recommend anyone who plays this game first, play as fucking Jill. That's why. And also, I prefer Jill because Jill has Barry as her partner character, and Barry's a fucking G, whereas, oh, interesting. You can actually run in the same... Oh, no. So you can? Run so... Whatever. That's so weird. I don't care. But yeah. Jill's character is Barry. Barry's a G. He's a cool character. He's a cool character. Chris gets Rebecca. And I've already told you, Rebecca is my least favorite character in Resident Evil, and she barely helps you at all. The only thing Rebecca does is she plays the piano for you if you're Chris, even, whereas Jill just plays the piano herself, which is not useful. And then if you get poisoned by Yawn, she runs to get you the serum. But the serum isn't even that important, so not only is Jill easier, but Jill's support character is really cool. Chris's sucks ass. And literally, Barry is probably my favorite character in this game. He's a fucking G. So, I just think Jill has a better story. Plus, you run into Barry a lot throughout the entire game as Jill, but you only run into Rebecca twice. So, you barely even see Rebecca. So, I just think that overall... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back and get the grenade launcher, because I'm going to need it. Barry you see throughout the entire game. There's like 15 different scenes with Barry. So I think that just overall, besides being easier, she has the better story with better characters. Whereas you have this preppy teen Rebecca as Chris. Yeah. So... I hope so. It looks like it won't be anytime soon, though. Many trusted leakers. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to use the Magnum. I have enough ammo that I can spare if there's any monsters that pop up. Less risk of blowing up. If the credible leakers are to be believed, which these leakers are super credible. One of them is Dusk Golem. He's literally known for Resident Evil leaks. He clearly has somebody who works at Capcom that feeds him information. I've never seen him be wrong about a single leak ever. Before anyone else saw that Leon was going to be an RE, he said Leon was going to be an RE9. Literally, everyone was like, oh, no, he won't. Oh, no, they said he won't. He said, I'm telling you, and look. And he listed a lot of details. So, like, time and time again, he leaked 7, he leaked 8. But according to him, after an RE9, RE9 is probably going to get DLC as well, because all the mainline games have. In 2027... Code Veronica is going to get a remake, and then in 2028, Resident Evil 0 is going to get a remake. So, I would like them to do a Resident Evil remake, but that won't be until 2029 at the earliest, seemingly, unless they have another team that just pulls out of their ass. And honestly, I don't see them releasing more than one major Resident Evil game each year, and that's honestly seems how it's going to be, because they've usually done bop, 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 like 2019, RE2 remake, 2020, RE3 remake, 2021, RE8. So they seem to have a pattern of RE game a year from different teams. So, well, probably because they think They already remade one, which they did technically, but it's not the same. I'm talking about a remake with real-time graphics, not pre-rendered, with a behind-the-back camera with full aiming and modernized gameplay. So for me, that's still valid. Sweet. They didn't respawn. Awesome. Thank God. Oh, it's back there. So in Capcom's mind, I can understand their logic, Alex. They want to remake the games that haven't been remade already. Code Veronica and Zero never got remakes. But I also, I feel like it would sell bundles. Like, imagine a remake of this with modern graphics, behind-the-back camera, full aiming, modern storytelling. That would be fucking awesome. I literally would buy that day one. That would sell bundles. Oh, it's here. Never mind. I took a wrong turn. That's my bad. Oh, well, enemies are gone. I don't care. But, I mean, I'm still happy. Code Veronica is awesome. But it is the most bullshit hard game in the series. And is notorious for having parts that are just bullshit, like, not fair. Code Veronica has a lot going for it. It has one of my favorite settings of any RE game, and it has a lot of cool stuff in it. But then it has parts that are blatantly unbalanced. And a remake would be fantastic to smooth that out. And in the same way that RE4 is a continuation of Leon's story from 2, Code Veronica is continuing Claire's story from 2. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go and save one more time because I didn't know I could actually set the thing and then come back. Okay. And I don't care. I'm not trying to watch my saves. If I was trying to go for high ranking, I would keep my saves lower because the less saves you do, the more you get, but I don't care. I just want to save right there, right before the point of no return, so I can say I have everything done. That's save. And then I don't know how much longer you're going to be up, Alex. I got up real late, so I'm going to be up for a while, but after this, I'm going to start up RE4 again and do that. And I think you would love to see it from the beginning. But it depends. I understand your schedule's not mine. I just got up real late, so I'm probably going to be up all night, to tell you the truth. And then you might get to see the beginning. There's only like 20 minutes left of this. You basically activate the self-destruct, and then you run out there and escape, have a cutscene, and then fight the final boss, and it's over. I'm, like, right at the end of this. Like I said, I want to erase that fucking stream. And then on top of that, I also missed some stuff, so I want to go back and get 100%, so I'm going to start over. But I love RE4 Remake so much that I don't mind it. I've already played it countless times. Restarting it doesn't bother me like it would some other game. Yes, I should. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah. I'll probably do that after you go to bed. Because any new information I can get that's not spoilers, I want to see. And I just thought it was like a same trailer. I didn't know they released a brand new trailer with new stuff in it. Probably the last trailer we're going to get to. Like the launch trailer, so to speak. So, I want to see that especially. If it's the last one. The big one. And I have a really good feeling about 9. Obviously, we'll have to wait until we see the game. But I'm... that's funny. I have a really good feeling about 9. I've been wrong occasionally, but usually I can tell when a game is going to be good, and I'm usually right, like 9 times out of 10, and I have a feeling that RE9 is going to be outstanding. Like, I honestly think it has the potential to be the best Resident Evil game ever. Like, they are really fucking cooking with it. It looks amazing. The Leon looks the coolest he's ever looked. Um, um, uh, Leon looks the coolest he's ever looked. The contrast between Grace and Leon with radically different gameplay is fucking sick. The way the campaigns overlap and you switch between them seamlessly, super sick. They've never had RE game where you actually interact. Like in RE2, for example, remake, you play as Leon and Claire. They meet one time briefly in a cutscene. That's it, and then at the end, it's not like in RE9. Literally, oh, that's dope. Uh, in That's awesome. I can't wait. In this, the campaigns overlap. So literally, you're like just directly switching off. Like Leon going to a door here, handing her Magnum, and then switches her on the other side of the fence. Playing as Grace, and then it's like, run, I'll cover you, and switching to fucking Leon, getting her from covering her with sniper fire. Just super cool. Like seamless swapping. Never done that before. The graphics engine, super upgraded. Like it looks amazing graphically. Best it's ever looked. They literally overhauled the engine. It's like RE Engine 2.0. First and third person at launch, swapping anytime. That's fucking sick. And Leon and Grace can both be played either way. Like, 9 looks fucking amazing. So I honestly think 9 has the potential, if it's as good as the trailers, which Capcom is not one to falsely advertise, show, and then, yeah. Capcom is not one of those companies who falsely advertises. Some people show you a good trailer and the game is shit. Usually what you see in the trailer is what you're going to get. They might make some changes here and there, but usually what you see is what you get. So I have every reason to believe that it's going to be as good as the trailers, and oh my god, it looks fucking absurd. And now it's... Wait, what day is it? It's now the 13th. 14 days, baby. Exactly 2 weeks. It's almost here. I am pumped. And I think I will I think I will splurge for the deluxe edition. Normally I don't, but if there's a game I was going to go off for, it would be this. And you get fucking Leon's outfit from RE4. That's sick. And then Grace gets a Lady Dimitrescu outfit, which is also sick. And you get weapon skins. Apparently you can actually customize weapons now, which is also sick as fuck. They haven't had weapon skins like that before. So actually being able to change the look of your weapons, that's cool. And it's only $10 extra, so I don't really mind. I've done the math. I should have the money before it launches. I've saved up quite a bit because I knew it was coming, and it's important to me. Most games I don't get at launch, but honestly, dude, Resident Evil is one of those game series. If I can get it at launch, I'm gonna. I got 7, 2 remake, 3 remake, 8, and 4 all launch day one. So if it was a game series I was gonna get day one, it's RE, and it's 9. So I can't wait. And I will watch that trailer later. It sounds awesome. I still think it's hilarious that in the Switch trailer they missed all the shots. Keep it PG, that's hilarious. But have you seen the Leon gameplay, dude? Oh my god, the Leon gameplay looks so good, man. Fucking, pulling enemy's fucking head off with the hatchet, kicking them up against the wall, and turning their head into a flying fucking pole. Literally hitting them in the legs and spinning around and blowing off their head with the fucking Magnum. Grabbing an enemy's weapon and smacking them with it. Literally, knock the chainsaw out of their hand and fucking stab them with it. Holy shit, Leon's gameplay looks amazing. And then, like in RE4 Remake, you have a durability for your knife, but you have to go to the merchant. You have whetstone, so just literally pull it out and fucking sharpen it in the middle of battle. That's fucking sick. And just the hatchet. That's so cool, man. Just fucking... And they've said this is supposed to be the start of a new era for the series. I believe them. You know, like every Resident Evil game's a big deal, every main one. But so there's different starts of eras. Like RE4 was the start of a new era for the series. This is like that for 9. It's the start of a new chapter. A big deal in the series. This is a turning point for the series. So it's important. More than the average RE game. So I can't wait. And it feels like they took everything good about all the games and they wrapped them in a bubble. Like they wrapped them up because you have Leon's gameplay from RE4 and 2 remake. You have Grace's gameplay, which is similar to RE7 and 8. You have first and third person, which is like the 2 different halves of Resident Evil, and then they have areas that are deliberately called back to RE2 and RE1. Like you've seen Raccoon City, but like they've shown a bunch of places Grace is in that deliberately look to like the mansion from RE1, like, you know, like the lobby and shit. So they're clearly playing that RE1 nostalgia, which is awesome. And then they're fucking bringing back Umbrella. So it's like they took all the best elements of Resident Evil, the fucking greatest hits, and threw them together. It looks awesome. Like the culmination of the whole series up to this point. It's not too often you get a game like that, where it brings it all together in the pot. So yeah, I'm over the moon. I think it's gonna be amazing. Gotta never forgive me for doing my sins and deals and do them. Gotta never forgive me for fucking Lakers when it's fucking essence. Man, most of just being a horror.
Barry.
You could have at least waited up for me, you know?
Let's go.
Gotta never forgive me for doing them. Gotta never forgive me for doing them. And I love the fact they're not trying to show Leon as old and weak. They could have been like, I'm too old for this, and I'm not as strong as I used to be. Instead, they went the opposite way. They literally said, this is Leon at his peak. He's never been stronger. Like, he was always muscular before. But like you've seen in the gameplay, man, he's fucking jacked now. So it's like he's like, you're doing the Hugh Jackman method. He's aging in fucking reverse.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well,
Get this when Wesker goes evil.
much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl, but I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard. Oh!
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell.
Yeah, I don't really blame Barry. He has his daughter and his wife kidnapped. He was going to kill them. So it's not that Barry wanted to betray him. He's just worried about his kids. And he ultimately winds up saving you anyway. So Barry's like more of a tragic thing than he is an asshole. I don't know what I would do if this. I found out my 2 daughters were going to be killed. And it just goes to show you how much of an asshole Wesker is, that's his go-to. Hey, I'm going to kidnap a little kid. So, like, he starts off right away being a fucking evil.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
See? Came back and saved her.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Barry's still a G.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit!
Yep, that's the first major tyrant. This would later be what they based Nemesis and Mr. X off of in later games. The Big Daddy.
Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
I also think it's funny because the tyrant beats the shit out of Wesker.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
Thankfully, Barry survives.
Barry! You viral cultured freak.
And this is also why, Alex, that I said you should save the Magnum, get the Magnum. The Magnum is an optional weapon, and you get very little ammo for it. Literally, I think you only get 3 clips the entire game, because the Magnum is the highest damaging weapon in the game. And this boss would ordinarily suck ass, but the Magnum will shred him like fucking butter. Like a hot butter knife through butter. It's more effective than the grenade launcher. That is how fucking powerful the Magnum is. So, you need to save it for the final boss, and watch. Hold on, I gotta let my cat in. She banged at the door. God forbid I don't let Adolf Hitler in in time. She might write a report to my manager. And she gets real mean. I don't let her in right away. Cats, man. Women. See? 5 shots. He's done. It would have taken like 15 grenade rounds. Magnum is no fucking joke. Echo, no. Enough. Stop. You have fucking water. Leave that alone. I'm trying to get him one of my drinks. Yeah, with the Magnum it is. Trust me, if you had tried to use another weapon, you'd have a much rougher time. But I know what I'm doing, so I came prepared.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill.
Barry ain't a bitch.
That was careless of me. Wesker.
He's gone.
First,
I'm sure he's not gonna pop up in any other games. I'm sure that's the last we'll see of him.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
And now is when you have to make your way to... Remember to make your way back to Chris to get him out of the cell or he dies. You don't get the best ending. I mean, it's not like, you lose anything. It's just, I want to get the best ending. So I'm a fucking G. Come on, Echo. Come here. Yeah, who's a good kitty? You!
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Activating. Releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate.
And it's a mistake people make, where they'll go to the effort to save Chris, but they'll think, oh, he'll just get out. No, you have to go and get him, or he doesn't get out. So, like, they'll go to all that effort to save him, and because they forgot to get him, they'll fuck themselves out of the best ending.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated.
Jill,
Sorry about the wait.
so everything's taken care of?
Well, almost. Now let's get the hell out of here. Self-destruct system has been activated. All
Actually, I want to see if there's any items hidden in his room. Well, the main reason is, dude, is the lock's released.
system has been activated.
That's the thing. In the game, it says when you the emergency was triggered, it released the locks. So you think if it automatically released the locks, he would just open the fucking door himself. That's what I mean. Using common sense.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate.
That's why you couldn't get him before.
Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. Personnel must evacuate immediately.
Come on, let's go.
And releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system.
Come on, come on, hurry!
All personnel must evacuate immediately.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Just 3 guys on an adventure. 5 feet apart because we're not gay.
System has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Yeah, they give you a bunch of supplies here, but I don't really need them.
Anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
Deactivating and releasing all locks.
It's cool seeing Barry, Chris, and Jill all fucking running in lockstep.
System has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. Self-destruct system has been activated. 3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
Plus, it's cool. It's like, we got this. There's a good kitty echo. I love you. Like, this will get his fucking attention.
Jill!
You made it!
Oh, he's back. Thankfully, I saw the Magnum, and you have Jill, you have the help of your friends. Well. See, now he's even more pissed off, he's running. But if you save Barry, you actually get his help in the fight. Oh, did I seriously just die? Are you fucking kidding me? That's so fucking lame, dude. Okay. Oh, that pisses me off so bad. Right? Tired's not fucking around. Whatever, I know what to do, and I can just skip through the cutscenes now. Yeah, who's a good kitty? Yo! I'm gonna eat you up, Echo. I'm gonna eat you up. What you? What you? I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you. Give me that pussy. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, she's purring while I do this. Yeah, I know. Go on. Okay. Yeah, I should have been more stringent about healing. Just he does so much damage to you in a little spot that I didn't even have time to register that I was in the red. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on, I gotta let the cat out.
Jill.
Just like a plan, looks like you're doing some fucking spacing. You know, she's being a whore. Maybe give me a visit to the Megos. Maybe give me a visit.
It's...
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate. Deactivated. Releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivated and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivated. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivated and releasing all logs. Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivated and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
You know what Resident Evil has in common with Jamaicans? They all about the herb, man.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct
have more healing now than I did before. I just had to be extra stringent about healing.
Come on.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
This is...
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating.
Oh, that's right, I gotta pick up the keys. Sorry about that.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and 3 minutes.
God damn. Oh shit. Oh, thank fuck.
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
And this is when it gets pretty awesome. This is actually a really memorable way to kill the final monsters. Wait. Fucking triple camera shot. Turn you into fucking mush. Right? The Liv just turns the fucking tyrant into this flurry. And then the whole mansion explodes. Also Super 2000s.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Yeah, and then you unlock New Game Plus and you get a new costumes and stuff. The game actually has a lot of modes and different stuff you can do, which is cool. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna start up RE4, dude. I will in a second.